Hello, I'm SP from GonnaGeek.com and Better Podcasting. Today, I have a camera upgrade to share with you. Those of you who might have been watching the Gonna Geek Gear channel for a while know that I've been using my iPhone 8 Plus on 4K video with the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 gimbal stabilizer. Now, this is actually my old iPhone 6 Plus. I've just used it in here to show you nominally what the fit form looks like. But if you turn the gimbal on, you'll see that it automatically stabilizes the camera. And this works great, especially if it's on a tripod and just sitting there and the tripod wiggles a little bit. The camera won't experience as much jitter as before, and it has slow pan, so you don't get that fast move in and out and zoom and that sort of thing. And you have handheld camera controls versus on the screen camera controls. Overall, this was great, especially at $129 when I bought it. And I highly recommend anybody that is taking video with their cell phone to have this sort of stabilizing gimbal stick available to them. Not just a selfie stick, but a stabilizing gimbal stick. And it doesn't have to be the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. I chose it, as I stated before, for a lot of different reasons. One of which is I was already flying DJI drones and I was already cognizant of the software and the interface, and it worked great for me. And this has worked phenomenal for me. I taped a lot of my daughter's dance routines. She's on competitive dance team with the high school. She was the captain of the varsity team, yay. And I was able to get a lot of great video, which was shown at the season end banquet from my actual cell phone camera, believe it or not. And it turned out phenomenally, and highly recommend this if you have nothing else. The problems, though, with it that I ran into are kind of numerous. It's great for what it was, it really is, and I'm glad I still have it. I'll probably still use it from time to time. But some of the problems are that the file transfer issue with my iPhone is horrendous. Anything over than, I think it's 2 gigabytes, and it will actually shut down on the hardwire connection, using that lightning cord back and forth to the computer. And that forces you to go through some sort of online storage. And it takes forever to upload a 16-minute file that's, say, 7 gigabytes. And it just takes a while. It'll probably take a while for this file to upload. And I just didn't want to have that hassle in my production processes, as well as there might be some compression depending on what online storage system that you use. So I've, quite frankly, had enough of dealing with that, and I wanted to go with some raw files. So this year, I decided to make a couple of camera upgrades. This is the first. Will probably be a second later on this year. And the first is the GoPro Hero 7 Black. This is a state-of-the-art as far as GoPro goes in March 2019. I've heard there's going to do an upgrade pretty soon. This was $349 on Amazon when I ordered it. I know you can get it for a little bit less depending on where you order it from and when, what sale is on. But this was regularly going for $399. I expect the price to go down because I've heard that GoPro is going to release an 8 in a few months. If that's true, these will go on fire sale, and these will enable 4K video at 60 frames per second. They're waterproof, which is another reason why I bought it. And I am really liking the capabilities of this camera at the price point. So I decided to go for it. Also, something that sold it to me were a lot of the sailing YouTube channels that I follow use this, and the footage that it gets are just, it's amazing. So it's a lot of great things that come from this camera. Of course, you don't have the zoom, and you don't have a lot of the advanced options you might have on a mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera. But for the price and for the size, it's amazing. It's like having a cell phone camera, except for it's an extra. So it's like an extra accessory for your cell phone, and you don't have to worry about your cell phone battery. You don't have to worry about your cell phone storage. You do have to worry about the SD cards and the battery on board here, but we'll get to those in a second. This is the SD card combo that you can get on Amazon. Once again, it was $350. We'll go ahead and open that puppy in a second. One other thing that I got an accessory is the Kupton actual waterless or waterproof case to go over the GoPros. You might be asking, well, it's waterproof. Why do you need this? Well, I have a family member that's going to go on a vacation in a little while, which is another reason that I got the camera. And it's going to be around saltwater, and I've heard saltwater just eats cameras. This is a lot from the sailing and the cruising YouTube channels that I follow. So I'm like, if I could protect the camera from that salt water, I think we're going to be a step up in keeping the camera around for a while. Now, if it doesn't last beyond the vacation, oh well. It's more important to me to have it at least available for the vacation. Yes, $350 will be a hit to me, but at least it won't be like a cell phone that gets ruined because it was around salt water. So yes, that's why I got this. And it was $18 at the time that I purchased it on Amazon. Another thing that I got, and one of the reasons why I didn't go with one of the combo deals that's available on eBay or Amazon or one of the other photo shops, was I wanted to make sure I got an actual OEM GoPro battery and the dual charger that comes from it. Now, this was $49 at the time I purchased it. So it does drive the price up a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I had that OEM battery. Haven't heard anything bad about the extra batteries around. Haven't heard anything good. Didn't look into it at all. Just wanted that official GoPro stuff. So we'll open this in a second as well. I did order a 128 gigabyte micro SD card. Probably send the family member off with more and an SD card sleeve. We'll see how many of them come back. This was $28 at the time I purchased. Yes, I've seen that you can get ones that are less expensive in price, but this is the one that I got just ordered with everything. I think I have some more that I can give the family member around the house already that I purchased on sale, but this was specifically going to be donated to this camera and the setup, and I'll probably buy one or two more if they go on sale before the vacation. The other thing that I got was oh, by the way, this was, I don't think I mentioned the SD card was $28 at the time of purchase. This is one of the action action camera accessory packs. It's a 50-in-1 and it was sold by or made by Soft Digits. You can get a ton of these. Mostly they come with the same case, but they have different things on the inside. Another thing that deterred me from getting one of the bundles was that one of the bundles I was looking at didn't have the right battery. And with the actual, whatever it was, I want to say 53-in-1 case that it came with, it had an actual other dash cam, not a mount for a dash cam, not a mount to make the GoPro dash cam, but an actual other dash cam. Thinking, I want 4K for my dash cam, so I'm going to buy one based on that and based on a lot of other dash cam specific things like rewind to catch an accident, like the impact sensor, stuff like that. So I want that available, and I could care less about that. So I thought that would be an extra expense. This whole package, by the way, was $469.59. Yeah, not 95 cents, 59 cents. Imagine that. So it was separate purchases, and I'm glad I did that. Now, one of the bundles I was looking at was $450, and I would still have had to have gotten the extra SD card. And because I think the SD card that came with it was just 35 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes, I'm like, no, I need more than that, especially with 4K footage for a while. So I already knew I was going to spend more than $450. And as it turns out with everything, I think it turned out okay. So let's take a quick look at what's in this 50-in-1 case. One of the things that most of them have were this flotation selfie sticky sort of thing, handheld sticky. And this is not foam, as you might think if you're around boats for a while. It's kind of that spongy rubber foam. It's actually hard plastic, but it's filled with air, and that's to obtain the buoyancy in order to make sure that the camera doesn't sink. So this was a selling point, especially since the camera is going to be around water. And I've got the lake place as well, and I'm going to use this as the lake. So I wanted to make sure I had one of those. Another thing that it comes with, I believe this is the chest piece that you can, chest harness that you can put over your chest. And I think this is the head mount. So you got a couple of those. It has a selfie stick. I actually have two other ones of these because I ordered them because they had that camera bracket for the cell phone, and it just came with these. So I have two of these that I've never really used, and now I've got a third, and we'll just dedicate that to this camera. I also have a little bendy leg tripod. I'll actually take this one out so you can see. It's not the best bendy leg tripod out there, but it's going to be good enough to put in this pack, at least to begin with. And this is like a hard mount. And as far as I know, they all come with these like attachment gimbals and stuff like that, or I don't know, attachment hinge, I think they're called. So you actually put a sticky bar, you put it on a table or a flat surface or dashboard, and then you've got this stick coming out, and you can mount the camera on the stick so you can gimbal it around just a little bit. Similar thing here with this is a big clip. I'll actually take this one out so you can see it. Clip's got some force to it. I wonder how long that spring is going to last. Some of the YouTube channels that I've been watching, by the way, they put these cameras in different places. They get some amazing footage by just clamping it, staying there, and then it runs for I don't know how long. Maybe they do a fast forward montage with it, stuff like that. It's very useful. This is a bunch of the sticky sort of clips, I guess. You got a couple other actual mounts that you can put in those clips, and you can stick them anywhere. I think this is a wrist actual thing, a wrist connection, so you can put it on the wrist. I've seen better wrist connections, by the way, and I think this is another wrist thing. Just different Velcro strap, so you can actually Velcro your camera to something, put it on there. This, you can put this on your dashboard or your windshield or some sort of window, door, whatever, and you can use that. It's a mirror, and you can use the suction cup and go ahead and mount the camera into there, and a little lens cleaning thing, a rubber lens cap, and so I guess you can turn your camera off from time to time. And that's the majority of stuff. There's some other additional stickies and some connectors and stuff like that. But that's the 50-in-1 pack as far as I know. I have never used or seen a GoPro used. I'll tell you one of the things that I've wanted to do is when I'm flying my drone, I can be able to actually look at the drone as I'm taking off maybe a chest camera, so I can look out there versus a head camera, because head camera is going to be looking down at the controls, and I don't know if I really need that or not. All this for under $500, except for this, that was separate. And I think this is going to be fun for the family to use. It is going to be a family camera. I cannot claim it as my own. I will be using it on the YouTube channel. I'll be using it, and whenever we need an extra video for better podcasting, and I don't have my phone, or I don't want to use my phone, or the Gonna Geek gear, I'll be using that for a while before I get the other camera that I plan to buy later this year. Great stuff. I'm really excited. All right, let's open. First of all, let's put all this stuff back, and then let's open this. This is the actual waterproof housing by Kupton. And it's got the attachment pin on it. And it's got a little plastic thing on it. I'll leave that for the other family member to deal with. And then, yep, nice little tight seal. I can imagine that this rubber gasket will wear out over time, so you want to be careful about that. That's actually what makes it waterproof. But the rest is pretty cool. You've got, I guess, the lens. Wow. So the lens is actually screwed in with some little Phillips screws, and I wonder if that's ever been an issue, or if it's just a build thing where you need to put that seal. It looks like it's got a nice rubber gasket seal in there, so that's good. All in all, you get a couple of like mounting pins, and it's a nice, it feels nice and solid. So if you hit something, I don't think it's going to crack right away. If you drop it from 3 stories, it might crack, but okay. So $18. I think that's a good buy to protect it from salt water, at least for one trip. And the last thing that we'll take a look at is the battery and the charger. I've actually never seen one of these before, so we'll take a quick look at it. Top is glued down. And I just broke it. And I broke that too. This thing's snug in there. It's got USB-C, I think, connection. And go plug into any normal USB outlet. Here's the extra battery. Wow, this thing's smaller than I thought. Thought the battery would be a bigger component of the camera. I've actually held cell phone batteries in my hand as I've replaced them, and this seems like it's a bit smaller. A little pull tab to make sure you can pull the battery out. So pretty easy, and it looks like it would just go in the battery charger like that. Could charge 2 batteries at once. That's what I wanted, to make sure we had at least 2 batteries that could be charged. All right, there's the battery. Last but not least, here's the camera. Probably should have taken a look at some unboxings before I went through this. But looks like there's a pull tab. Open from the bottom. I also looked into maybe doing some refurbs, but I thought, nah, I just want to get this one new. There we go. Came right out. Nothing left in there. The camera looks like it's actually mounted on the top here. Remove. I'm going to go ahead and just unscrew it to make sure I can take it out that way. There we go. Remove that, and boom, it's out. And then it's in an actual bracket that would go on there. And all right. Take it out of the bracket. Although I don't know why I'm doing this, because I probably want to put it back in the bracket. But the bracket will protect it. It's like a phone case, right? It'll protect it from dropping it or whatever. I mean, these are action cameras. They could end up on the ground quite a bit. And we'll just do a little thing on the lens there, because I touched the lens. There you go. Wow. And then the battery case probably is open somehow like this, or maybe. And again, I should have really taken a look at some of the. There we go. Open it up, and the battery would go right in there. That's good. An on-off switch, and something on the side here. Not quite sure what that does. Mode switch over here. So lots of good stuff from there. And then we'll open up on the inside. We've got a how to start, which I probably should have looked at to begin with. A couple of GoPro stickers. Andrew, buddy, if you're watching this, do you have any GoPro stickers? Do you want GoPro stickers? I can send these to you. And an instruction manual, which is good to actually have a physical manual. Because if you're using this out in the wild somewhere, not necessarily in a sailboat, but somewhere that you might not have internet access, it's always good to have a physical copy. And some stickies so you can place the camera in different places with the things. And the SD card, which is a 32 gigabyte SD card. Yay. I don't know how much, maybe 30 minutes of video on that at 4K, 60 frames per second. And that's it. You have the USB-C cord, you have the extra battery, a couple of stickies, and then you have the mount that's on top. So that's it. I'm really excited to use this little puppy, and we'll see what it looks like in the future. Hey, if you like more videos like this, you want to keep track of what we're doing behind the scenes with Gonna Geek and with Better Podcasts, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below and give the video a like if you like more videos like this in the future. Like I said, maybe another camera unboxing or upgrade to go through in 2019 in the future. And if you want to get notified of these videos as they're posted, go ahead and click the bell and you'll get those notifications. So like, subscribe, bell, that's it. And for the Gonna Geek Network, I'm SP. Go to GonnaGeek.com for more geeky content. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.